and I think he has an interesting story to tell you.
Thank you, Richard. It's so great to be here again. It's so great to see so many familiar faces, friends, my Rotary family, the Edmonds family. It's a special day for all of us. And so, I'll start off by saying, how many of you have ever lost your voice? Like from a cold, or have you lost your voice? Right? Most of us have at some point. Remember how frustrating that is when you can't talk? Like you're trying to get something across and you can't talk? Now imagine if you lost your voice forever, if you couldn't speak. Now also imagine if you had a condition where it was really hard for you to control your motor impulses. If your brain was structured in such a way that your motor and your muscles not only wouldn't cooperate with what you wanted, but sometimes would even do the opposite. You would want pizza, but you've learned to say, your brain says, I want pizza, your mouth says, no pizza. Think again about how frustrating that would be to go through life this way. So this has been Stone's life for the better part up until recently, when we discovered this spelling methodology that I'll talk to. He has had to endure this life where he has had to hear everything, as we've learned, and again, have to endure assumptions that he didn't understand things because he wasn't able to respond. And again, think about how frustrating that would be if people not only didn't presume competence, but presumed worse. You're trapped in a brain, right? And that's how he's felt. He has been trapped in his brain until we discovered a way to unlock this brain. It's been really remarkable. He was diagnosed early on. Renee and I got him diagnosed just before his 3rd birthday. We got him into intensive education. We did all the things we knew we could do. He's been through years of speech therapy, occupational therapy, ABA therapy, even some music therapy. We've visited doctors up and down the coast. We've driven to Oregon. We've gone all over. He's endured IVs. He's had B12 shots. He's had more vitamins and supplements than I can count. Through it all, he's been a rock star. An absolute rock star. Renee and I have marveled at his attitude throughout his life. He's always been positive, funny. In spite of his challenges, his communications challenges, he found a way to let his personality shine. And that was something that always came up through the years, even though, again, he had trouble speaking. School was especially frustrating for Stone because of this. He was placed in an intensive ed classroom where expectations were low, and so was, frankly, the academic curriculum that he received. He's been stuck in the school district basically at a 2nd grade curriculum level for pretty much his whole school career. And that's because he, like many other students, are tested with standardized tests that all students get. Well, if you're not neurotypical, a standardized test isn't the best way to measure your intelligence, as we know. So he's been frustrated. He hated school. It was something that was very frustrating for us because we knew that he was locked in there. We knew there was more. We just didn't know what we could do. So in the summer of 2022, a friend called me, a longtime friend, and she said, hey, I've got family friends of ours, and they've had this big communication breakthrough with their teenage son who's also autistic and non-speaking. I think you might find this interesting. He actually wrote a book about it. The book was called Underestimated. Ironically, I actually had bought the book a few months before, but hadn't read it. It was one of those, yeah, I'll get to it, sort of a thing. But I read it. I read it that weekend and bawled my eyes out. My friend arranged for a conversation with the author, so I was able to talk to him and learn more about it. And he said, you've got to go down to San Diego and work with the best practitioner who teaches the spelling methodology, and your life will be forever changed. And to me, it sounded too good to be true. After all that we'd been through, it's hard to maintain hope, although we did have hope, and we knew that Stone had hope too. So Renee and I said, yes, we got to go for it. So in September, I missed Oktoberfest because of that, but Stone and I went to San Diego. We spent 3 days there. We had 6 sessions over 3 days, and it was the first session. So it was a practitioner sitting with Stone with the letterboard. She goes through a lesson. I'll never forget this. The first lesson was about Benjamin Franklin, just kind of his life. She reads a bit, spells some things out, and then asks him to spell. Now again, we've known that, again, the curriculum that he's received at school has been very remedial, to say the least. All of a sudden, I'm watching Stone spell out these words. I'm like, whoa. They ask questions from the lesson. Hey, how do you, what was he flying in the electrical storm? Something like that. Okay, he spelled that. Whoa. Then all of a sudden she asked a question, who did we fight in the Revolutionary War? And I'm like, wait a minute, this wasn't in the lesson. Stone spells out the British. And I was like, whoa, blown away. So we had six lessons, like I said, over 3 days, and I'm sold, right? By the letterboards, as soon as we returned, I started working with him every day. And he just flew through the lessons, progressed in the letterboards, the communication came out. And one of the things I was most excited about was to find out what is his passion. Those of you who know me know I'm a very passionate person myself, so I've always wanted to know, what is your passion? So I was finally able to ask him that. He got to the point where he could answer these types of questions. And I said, what's your passion, Stone? He said, my passion is learning. I want to learn. I said, what's your goal? He said, I want to go to Harvard. I said, awesome. So we approached his school and asked to have the letterboards introduced, because it was obvious to us this is the way he communicates, right? And unfortunately, they denied the use of the letterboards. They said, nope, we won't allow them. I won't go into detail here. Believe it or not, there's actually opposition to this form, this methodology, which is kind of crazy, but that's what they tried to use as their defense. Then we said, hey, we know that he's capable of much more than what he's getting at these classes, so we want him to get appropriate education, at least get some level of age-appropriate education. They said no. So we hired a law firm, we sued the school district, we pulled him out, and we found Brightmont Academy, as you heard. And again, it's been life-changing. It's been about a year ago, and I'll never forget his first day in class. You heard about his environmental science class, and I went in, and so I serve as his communications partner. So I have his letterboard, and we're sitting there, and the teacher was great. Day one, she presumed competence. She went in, it's one-on-one instruction. That's one of the things that makes it really cool at Brightmont. She goes, and she just talks to Stone like he's any other student, goes in the lesson plan, and she pauses at one point, and she says, Stone, do you have any questions? He spelled out yes. And he asked a question. I wish I remember what the question was. That would make the story better. But I think it has something to do with volcanoes. But I remember sitting there thinking, this is his first opportunity to ask a question in a classroom. He was 17 years old. So it's been magical. So he's on his way now, as you see. He's doing great in all of his classes. And, we couldn't be more proud of him. I've asked Stone if he had anything he wanted to say about winning the award. Oh, I need to back up a little bit, because this part is important too. It's tied to the award. So one of the things that Stone likes to do is he loves, as you see, like going through his phone. And what he loves to do is look at, we've taken, of course, thousands of pictures and videos over the years. And he loves to scroll through them and show us different pictures that he likes. Well, a few months ago, he started showing us a video of Richard giving a Student of the Month award a few years ago, like back when we were at the old Salt and Iron. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, Stone. Yeah, that was, Student of the Month. And he just keeps showing me. I'm going to ask him about this. I said, Stone, what is it? What's significant about this video? And He said simply, I want to be Student of the Month. So here we are. So I asked Stone what he wanted to say about winning the award, and this is what he said. He spelled this out yesterday. He said, I do mean it when I say that I never thought I would be Student of the Month. As you mostly know, I've been unable to take the typical path with my education. But a slim shot is better than no shot. Today, use my goals as inspiration that dreams come true. I'm extremely honored to earn this award. Well done.
So we'll make this happen.
Let's make it happen. Oops.
Congratulations, Stone. This is your certificate honoring you as Student of the Month.
You want to turn around and show it?
And we also have
Uh-oh.
we have a $50 gift certificate to the Edmonds bookstore to go with that.
Son, do you have anything you want to say? He said yes. I W-A-N-T. I want T O to R E A L L Y. I want to really T H A N K. I really want to think. Okay. Stone. Here, it's a quick picture.
I don't want to get in the video, but I guess it's for our purposes. Can you do that? Hold up your, yes. Yes. Hi. Fantastic.
All right. On with the show, Richard. Thank you, guys.